Alright, I think we're ready, buddy. Go ahead.
Filthy Rags Garage.
Welcome to Filthy Rags Garage. Thank you for stopping by. If you like any part of this video, comment below what you liked or what you didn't like, and hit that subscribe button, and help keep this machine going. But today, we're going to be working on our daily family car, our 2013 Toyota Sienna. I'm going to try and earn some man points back. So to do that, we need to go to the other side of the van. Everyone knows a minivan is not an exciting thing to drive or very manly car. It doesn't sound good. It doesn't perform all that well. That has changed in the last few years. So today, I'm going to try and make this less embarrassing when I drive it. So to do that, make it less embarrassing for the dads who drive minivans, the responsible, smart thing to do. We're going to make it sound a whole lot better. So today, we're going to officially remove the muffler off of our Toyota Sienna 3.5 liter V6. So right now, I'm going to hand the camera to my trusty cameraman, aka oldest kid, and he's going to stand back here. He's going to stand back here while I start it up. It's a cold start. Van is not warmed up. Unless you hear the super quiet library anemic exhaust that's on here, and then we'll do a couple drive-bys, and then we'll replace the muffler and do all these tests again. We also have this decibel meter app I downloaded on my phone, and I'm going to be quiet so we can see how loud the exhaust is by itself instead of my talking. It's kind of upper 70s, now it's down to about 73, 74.
Was it really loud?
I was just thinking about that. So right now I'm in the back of the van. I'm in the third row on the passenger side, so I'm the closest to the exhaust. And I'm going to use my decibel meter and find out how loud, or really how quiet, the exhaust is while I'm as close as I can be to it while I'm in the van. So we're at 54. So when I start talking, it moves, obviously, because it's registering my voice. But, so 54, and it was calling that quiet library. I'm in the very back of the van on the passenger side, so I'm in the same seat. Going to do our decibel reading at 45 miles an hour. And I'm going to be quiet for a few seconds so we can get an accurate reading. Okay, so that was a few seconds. We're bouncing around between 78 and 80 decibels. The decibel app I'm using is calling that a busy street. Well, that's convenient since we're on a street and driving. Not all that busy though. But alright, so that's what we got here. Okay, so right now we are at our super secret, top secret, nobody knows about testing racetrack facility place thing where we do stuff. It's in Mexico. It just looks like the same roads we have in the United States, but it's not. It's in Mexico, for sure, absolutely. But this is where we're going to do our drive-by, our 45 mile an hour test. I'm going to do a maintain 45, drive by the camera so we can get an idea of what that sounds like. Then do a moderate acceleration or hard acceleration, whichever word you want to use there. And then I'm going to do a wide open throttle, WOT, drive by so we can see what it sounds like as the RPMs are screaming. I'm going to try and get the van to be right up in front of the camera at about 6,000 RPM, which is its red line when it's going to shift on its own. So we're going to get you on the tripod, get started, and see what it sounds like. So here it is, this monstrosity, all the way out to the bumper. The exhaust is coming from the engine into here, does evil magic here, getting rid of all the good noises, and then the exhaust goes out this way towards the bumper, boop, and out to the environment. So it looks like we're actually only going to need this one 90-degree elbow, so it's going to fit right like that. Now, don't be worried about this crush bend here, is what it's called. If it was to maintain the 2 1/4 inches all the way through the bend, that would be called a mandrel bend. But it's got these crush points in it. It's just cheaper and easier and much faster to produce it this way. And being this far away from the engine, it's not going to affect anything. It's going to flow enough for the amount of horsepower we have. Okay, so we got this out. Got everything I need out. I forgot to mention we're going to use some tape just to go around the tubing to help give us a straight cut. I don't have a sawzall. I don't have a chop saw with a metal blade on it. Actually I do, but this wouldn't fit on there. It just wouldn't be possible to get this to work. So we're going to use tape to give us a straight edge or a straight line to follow with the cutoff wheel on the angle grinder. And I'm doing this off of the vehicle because I'm using the angle grinder with a cutoff wheel. I don't have a sawzall. If I had a sawzall with a metal blade, I could leave everything under the van and just cut off the muffler, cut the tube here, cut the tube here, take the muffler off and be done. But I don't have that option, so it's easier for me to cut all this with the angle grinder while it's off the vehicle out here on my workbench. So we're going to get the tape on to help us do the straight line, and then we'll get at it. Alright, so we finished cutting off everything we need from the muffler, and we don't need that anymore. I'm just kidding, that's my neighbor's yard. Okay, so I'm going to switch off, or I'm going to take off the cutting blade and put on my grinding wheel, clean up the cuts I made a little bit, and then make sure everything fits together pretty well. And actually this already fits. That's actually a really good fit. And you want the upstream piece, which would be here, because the engine is up here, gas is flowing this way. You want the upstream piece to fit into the downstream piece. So that fits fine, but the other end of this doesn't fit as of right now. So get the grinding wheel, clean this up, see if we can get it to fit a little bit better, and it'll make some good noises. Okay, so we got this loosely put on. This is the connector with the bolts. I just got these finger tight just to hold it in. I don't want to make everything super tight because I want it to move around a little bit while we're trying to make sure this fits. So we're going to pull this up to here about where it's going to sit. We have this rearmost rubber hanger on the tailpipe. Although this is hanging down, we'll swing this up, and then you can kind of see the picture of the idea of getting this all together. Alright, so we have it done. There's the stock exhaust. Oops, there's my finger. There's the stock exhaust with the stock flange. We have this elbow clamped on here pretty good. It follows it around to this other clamp. We got this neat little bracket from the store, but basically it's just a straight bar or round bar that fits in the stock hanger, and then it comes down as welded to this flat piece here that then you can run this clamp through. It's the same clamp that we have here. Put this round piece over the exhaust, put this bracket on, put the hanger bracket on, and then put the two nuts on, and it sandwiches all together and holds it up. And it's actually pretty darn solid. This worked out way better than I thought. So here you can see the stock tailpipe is in the stock location. And I'm going to have my cameraman. I have my 9-year-old start the van up for us, and this will count as the cold start sound. He's been helping me out with the camera, grabbing tools for me, being my gopher. That's what my dad used to call it. I didn't really enjoy being a gopher. I can't lie about that. I didn't like being a gopher for my dad, but I liked being around my dad working on the cars, and that's why I have this passion now. But so my 9-year-old is cameraman and gopher, and he was enjoying helping me and being out here. So we're going to let him start it, and you and I are going to stand back here and listen to it cold start. All right, I think we're ready, buddy. Go ahead. That don't sound too bad. I think that sounds way better than it did. Hey, buddy, give it a rev. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Alright, alright. Woo! Getting a little bit of, it's kind of chilly right now. We're getting a little steam out of there. Now, this is primarily my wife's vehicle, so I might shut it off and then get it off the ramps. Wash my hands, obviously. I'm not getting in our family car with dirty hands. And then I think I'll have my wife come out and start it and maybe catch her surprised on camera too. I think this sounds pretty darn good. Maybe we'll jump to that now. Okay, so the exhaust is done. I'm super excited. I like the way it sounds. My wife is holding the camera right now, and we're gonna film her reaction to it starting up. And you guys have already heard it. You know I like it. You know my son likes it. Son/cameraman/gopher. We explained that already. But now we're going to get my wife's reaction. Do you want to start it and hold the camera, or do you want me to start it?
Oh, you go ahead, dear.
Okay.
I'd rather just sit here and spectate for this part.
Come over here. Okay, now, you don't have to stand that far away. Come closer. It's okay.
Are you sure?
It's not going to spit fire. Now, you like muscle cars.
I do.
Okay. You've driven a Nova.
Yes.
Poetry, and you used to own a Camaro.
You're going to edit that out, right?
Sure.
Yes,
Yeah.
I've driven a Nova and a Camaro.
You've ridden with me on the motorcycle, and you love that too,
I
right?
do. I
Okay,
love
so
the motorcycle.
You like performance.
I
Right?
I do.
Okay. Physical performance, sound performance. You like all performance.
I see where this is headed.
Ready?
I'm ready.
Are you guys ready? Okay.
Nice.
See, it's not loud and obnoxious.
Okay, now rev it.
Well, I gotta let it warm up a little bit. That is a true cold start. You can't reach temperature right now. It's that cold.
It is cold here. For Florida, we're quite cold.
Yeah.
Nice.
Only 4,000 out of the 6 that it goes to.
Very nice.
So you're not going to be embarrassed driving into church tomorrow
No, I'll be alright.
without me?
I'll suffer through it.
I have to work tomorrow.
I'll suffer through it.
So you still approve?
I'm fine with it, honey.
You're not embarrassed to drive it?
Not yet. I'm just kidding. I'm
yet.
kidding. I'm kidding. No, I love our car, and I'm fine with it.
Here we are, Mexico Site B, to do our muffler delete drive-bys. We're going to do 45 miles an hour, moderate acceleration, and then wide open throttle. I don't have much more to say, so let's just get to it. or back rear seat of the van. Again, that's as close as I can get to the exit of the exhaust while I'm inside the vehicle. We're going to do our decibel reading. And let me hit reset and then we will get started. Okay, that was a few seconds of it, and wow, it says we peaked at 86 and we averaged 84. It's calling that a busy street, or busy traffic, excuse me, same thing I guess. But there you go, so that's about the noise level you're going to get inside of the vehicle with no muffler. Well, there it is. Now we all know what a Toyota 3.5 liter sounds like with a muffler delete. Put in the comments below whether you think it sounds better or worse, or if you think I've ruined the van or not. I mean, I think I've gained at least 50 horsepower. I mean, taking the muffler out, it's got to be at least 50 horsepower. So, it's actually really cheap. I forgot to mention it previously in the video, but this whole thing, that 90-degree tube, and all the brackets that I bought was less than $25. But thanks for watching this video. I appreciate you hanging around to the end. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel if you like this kind of stuff, if you want to see more. If you want to see anything else done to the Sienna, let me know. Put in the comments below. What would you do if you had this car with a family of 5? What would you do to it next? Thanks for hanging out and watching the video. God bless.